All right, welcome everyone. We're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we're here for
Ascendance of a Bookworm, Season 2, Episode 2. Mine is in the church.
She is an apprentice priestess.
That's right, and everything is going fantastically, except for maybe, that whole situation of those little gremlins that are going to be following her around now.
Right. Yeah, so you need to make friends with them and
there we go.
that everything is going to be okay. One of them openly declared themselves to be a spy.
That's a very helpful spy.
It's a bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see how it plays out for you. And then the other one is just a little piece of shit. And then the other one seems like they're going to be your lifeline through this whole situation here.
Pretty much.
But you're blue-robed when you technically shouldn't be.
Right.
You're registered with the guild and working with the church when you technically shouldn't be.
And Benno's paying you proper money instead of stiffing you.
Yeah. So everything's going really well.
Yep.
But the opening showed those shadows looming.
Yeah.
And we've got an environment that is not friendly to you. And no, you're not necessarily running directly to books yet, but they're almost there.
Right.
Almost there. You are officially in. So it's just a matter of time now. So, y'all, without further ado, let's get into this.
業務について説明する。
はい。
君も知っての通り、青色神官はすべて貴族出身だ。平民である君が青い衣を身につけることに良い感情を持っている者は基本的にいない。
Oh, so they all know, yeah. Okay, you're right.
誓いの儀式さえ拒むありさまだ。そのため君の指導役は、
Gotcha.
Dang.
今日は不快ではないのですか？私が。
私は優秀な人間は評価する。
Cool.
特に今は青色神官の
Right, bringing this up.
が集中している。
Oh,
書
gotcha.
類仕事が得意な君が手伝
Ah, you're gonna make my life easier. Yeah.
して、モンデのお手伝いのことまで調べられてる？精一杯頑張ります。
It's a good point, because if she can't do the physical labor as much.
私の助手として書類仕事をしてもらう。
Yeah.
次に青色巫女の仕事としてお祈りと魔力の奉納。
Right, so let's talk about this mana dedication stuff.
Yeah, how's that work?
プラン奉納用の盾を
Dope.
前にこの中央の魔石に触れなさい。
This is one of the divine articles that they had when they were praying at the ritual and everything.
Oh.
This is when they brought up fall specifically.
あ、魔力が吸い取られて、
Whoa!
こうやって魔力を放出して奉納するのか。
Okay.
Oh, you can see them charging up.
小魔石7つ分か。
Dang, yeah.
体に負担は
なんだかすっきりして体が軽くなった感じです。
Whoa.
そうか。負担にならない程度で奉納するよ。
Right, so you could over-dedicate if you weren't careful.
Sure.
最後の仕事は聖典を読んで内容を覚えることだ。
やります。
Yeah, I'll go read right now.
前に寄付金の話をしたい。
Uh-huh.
あるの帳簿。
Here we go.
寄付金の話が大事なのは分かってるけど。
And he brings up the book right before talking about the donations.
He's smart, yeah.
さそうな貧民の子供のくせして。もう。
なんだよその目。俺たちと大して変わらないのに青の衣なんて着て偉そうにしやがって。
青の衣を着ててもあんたなんか怖くないわよ。私には神殿長がついてるもの。
いいよなデリアはちゃんと別に主がいて。俺はお前なんか主とは思わないからな。絶対に命令になんて従わねえし。
Yap.
ギル。
お互い様だね。私もあなたたちのことそば使いとは思わないから。
Hey.
神様、
Oh,
神官長に報告しますよ。
どうぞ。それがフランの仕事でしょ。
yeah, I bet that's your job. The other spy that didn't say what they're... She had a euphoric look on her face.
Right.
Just like, ah.
インクの匂い。古い紙の匂い。地上の
Barrier. But
これが聖典の写しです。
the chain on it, yeah. Wait, whoa.
Oh.
一体いつぶりの読書だろう。
Oh.
It took us a
2
while.
weeks later. She's like, I'm finished. Give me
Right,
another
right.
library. You know?
Yeah. Her retainers are just waiting outside.
おい昼食の時間だぞ
Wow.
勝手に食べてきていいよ。私主じゃないし。
お前何ふざけたこと言ってんだよ神の恵みは主から与えられる
邪魔しないで。
Whoa.
静かになって。
Uh,
もう疲れ
I read for like 5 hours. It was wonderful.
only 5 hours.
なんでついてくるの？
そば使いですから。
そば使いもなく誰かに会うなんてありえないわ。ついてこなくていい。
In fact, you don't get to come along.
エリアとフランも戻っていいよ。
マイン様、どなたかとお会いになるときは
デリアに伝言をお願いします。
Yes.
私？ええ。
Yeah.
伝言ならば私が行きますから。
私はルッツが一緒だから大丈夫だよ。
I kind of trust Fran, but
Yeah, I think because he's thinking, I'm your bodyguard.
right, right.
Like, Lutz can deal with if she, like, gets tired or something, but
私が新館長以上の主になれれば変わるかもしれないけど、それって絶
who
望
knows, is she
的じゃ
gonna get
ない？
mugged or
マイン
something?
には威厳とか貫禄とか全然ないもんな
I think they're just surprised to see her walking alone.
このバカ
What?
まさか神殿からその格好で
Yeah.
歩いてきた
Oh no!
そうですけど、何か問題でも？
問題
Everything!
が着ているのは青い巫女の服だ普通青色巫女は貴族で貴族っていうのは馬車
Right, you just walked here.
金目当てで誘拐される
Oh my god!
誘拐？
分かったら神殿以外でそれを着るな
She changed immediately. Yes. Benno, I love you.
Yeah.
It's like, are you kidding me?
で運ぶのが怖いんです。だから
Rate
ベ
of
ンナさん
transfer?
に神殿までついてきてほしいんです。
そば使いに運ばせればいいだろ
I don't trust them.
姿が見えませんが
あんなの
I cannot see as I shut my eyes.
Right.
予測はしていたがお前相当嫌われてるない
いんです。私は本が読めれば。
I understand.
商品なんですけど
ルッツ。
あいつは今
Yeah, he's focused.
何でも質問して商人の常識を身につけようとしているんだお前はどうだ青色巫女見習いらしくなるために努力しているか
Yeah. Because if retainers are a part of that.
私、文句しか言ってない。
Yeah, and just focus on the books and not really like how you're gonna make this a better part of your life.
あの都合が良ければ持ってくると。
この考えなしがそれは今すぐ持参しますと言っているに等しい
Okay.
We'll bring them once every like 3 months, you know? Oh my god, he's
Wow. He is
actually taking this
dudded
very
up.
seriously.
フランがちゃんと対応してくれてる。ってことはやっぱり態度や言葉遣いが大事なんだ。
He walks so fast too.
君それではマイン様が倒れる
Oh, Benno looking out for her, yeah.
申し訳ございません。
歩く速さに気を配ってもらいたい
かしこまりました。
All right.
Yeah, he does care for her too. Okay, cool.
神のお導きによる出会いに祝福を賜らんことを
Cool, these two finally meeting.
I mean, he fully dressed to impress.
Clothes make the man. Whoa.
Oh, shit.
Whoa. Whoa.
Enhance ability, intelligence.
Plus 1d4 to all, you know,
All
saving
business
throws.
checks, yeah.
どうすればいいかしらね、フラン。
失礼いたします、マイン様。
Amazing work. He's got big brother energy, you know.
Right.
ベンノさんが寄付金とお礼の品を納めると。
この機会に 弁野から聞いておく。
Yeah, let's talk a little bit.
These two,
Yeah.
both the characters and the voice
Yeah, yeah,
actors.
yeah, yeah. A mental battle is about to begin.
Right.
Yep, you didn't tell him about that. Well, this is a much better... Nice little lie there. Right. How? Ah. Oh, well, just... Ah.
ベンナさんの反撃開始。
Yeah.
体調管理するものが必要だと言っていたな。
はい。
今のところ当店の見習い以上に体調管理ができる者はおりません。
フランはできそうか。
いえ、私はまだ。申し訳ございません。
いきなりは無理ですよ。
それでは困る。騎士団の招集までに体調管理が。
The Knight orders convocation.
Oh.
かしこまりました。秋までには必ず。
Okay, that's a seasonal thing. Okay.
マイン様は大変利発でございます。
Very
社会経
intelligent.
験は
Yes.
乏しく、
Right.
神殿の常識、ひいては貴族
We need someone to teach her that stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
知っている。そのためにフランをつけて。
There it is. Okay.
フランは
He does
私の
seem
そ
to
ば
be
使い
kind
の
of
中でも
in
優秀
charge
だ。
of teaching her those things.
わからないことはフランに聞けばよい。
And he's praising Fran not just in front of other people, but
Yeah, in front of important people.
right.
ところでベンノ、君にとってマインが水の女神というのはどういう意味だ、いるのか知っておきたい。
どのようなと
I might have taken egregious financial advantage of her before,
Yeah.
but I'm not now.
His spy has done work, you know.
Uh-huh.
女神って何？
なんだマイン。
恐れ
Yeah, what does that mean?
女神ってどういう意味で使われているのでしょうか。
Your
He's
golden
asking.
goose.
教えてくださる？
But he's asking his spy. He's like,
その
I'm just repeating what was overheard, but
人、恋人、心を動かすもの。
oh no, maybe
一
he's
般
a
的にはそ
lung
のような意味で使われ
and he's just encyclopedia looking things up.
そのようなことはありえません。親子ほど年が離れているんですよ。
マイン様もおっしゃる通り、
Yeah.
ありえません。
That's why he like spit tick there.
さほど珍しくもあるまい。
私のそば使いも神殿長の愛人を目指しているので、神殿では普通のようですが、下町では違う。
It's not a thing downtown.
That shit is in fact real sus.
旦那様の名誉のために断言いたしますが、一般的な意味合いで使われる水の
Doesn't apply here.
The
but
common
the-
usage.
ユベルタ商会にとって変化をもたらす水の女神なのでございます。
なるほど、理解した。では最後にマイン工房の利益の配分だが。
Contract drawn up.
取り分は1割に決まった。さすがベンナさんと思っていたら。
Oh, jeez.
よくあることです。
よくある。
先ほど申し上げた通り、
Oh.
虚弱ですから。
なるほど。
Yeah, you didn't take it that
That
seriously.
kind of sickness.
幾重にもお詫び申し上げます。体質の挨拶を省略させていただき、帰途に就きたく存じます。
Oh. Fran's like, oh shit. I'm.
Yeah.
私に運ばせてください。
急いでいる。却下だ。
私がマイン様のそば使い。
Yeah.
なかったでしょう。 新館長に見放された気がして。
Right, right.
当然のようにフランに命じてたでしょ。フランの主は私なのに。
はい。
フラン。
はい。
私、フランが恥ず。
Aww.
That's such a sweet way to,
Yeah.
like clear the air here.
これからは何でも私にお
Well, she won over Fran, so now
right.
the other two are next.
絶対に落とすなよ。
Yep. I have people who can make you
Right.
make you disappear.
I know where you live.
Yeah, I know.
調子でこれからもあれの情報を頼むぞデリア。
かしこまりました。
ギルはそば使いになったんだから、そちらで食事をとれ。
Oh no.
Damn.
常識知らずのバカのせいでな。
So he's just sitting out here starving because she's
Yeah.
not doing her job properly.
Uh-huh.
Oh.
Well, that's a very
Oh.
direct way to win him over.
Well, I mean, yeah, but also like,
Damn.
Yeah.
Maybe Fran will inform her of that now that it's like,
Yeah.
hey, by the way.
I think he thought that she was punishing him in that way.
And he's like,
he's
oh,
like-
good, she's disciplining him.
Yeah, yeah,
Awesome.
yeah.
Yeah. Right. You were a little shit. You skipped this meal. You
Yeah,
know?
yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
That was a great
So,
episode.
We got another good episode here. We have a little bit more of an understanding of the relationship Mine is going to have with her retainers,
Yep.
but also specifically with the head priest, as the head priest is
Right.
a little bit suspicious of her, given that, one, her mana is running wild right now.
Oh, yeah.
Two, she has this money connection here, which gives him a little bit of pause. And while he has Fran being the, hey, he'll be there to basically teach you and make sure that I've got a good handle on what's going on here so that
Yep.
you're not going to be a problem. The only one he would trust to do that is Fran, his best retainer. That's
Right.
awesome. But he still also has, in addition to that, another person out and about in the city actually spying and
Right.
like learning things for him. And the part that was actually the most suspect to him was he was like, wait, have you like gotten into a relationship with her? Because I'm not cool with that.
What's this whole goddess of water thing?
Why are you calling her goddess, like your fruit train? And it's the
Right,
No.
because-
In our
Right.
outside of the gods world, where we just kind of say it to make you guys feel better. That's our thing of saying like she's our golden goose.
Right.
She's
Yeah, exactly.
making doors open for us.
Right, they're talking about the she is our goddess of bounty, and they're focusing on the but it's the goddess of bounty and fertility. You know,
Right.
Like the, huh?
So what do you mean there?
Right. What do you mean there? It's like, oh no, she make us the money.
Right, and I very much like that Benno freaked out about that because he's never called her that. It was Otto in the context of the tavern saying that to Gunther about how
Exactly.
she is that to their company, and that's how the common folk refer to things. So it's a
Exactly.
fun world building thing where you can have this great miscommunication that happens because the common folk don't view the gods in the same way that you guys do.
Right, and so their lingo will be different, and since the head priest is getting this info from a spy who's relaying to him, as
Exactly
a good spy
what's
should,
said.
exactly what's being said, his
Right.
job is not necessarily to interpret, you know,
Yes.
maybe a little bit, but, you need to say exactly what's said, right?
Right.
The head priest also went for, like, the very literal dictionary kind of definition, and it's like, wait, that doesn't, huh?
Well, I think the reason why he probably thought that was because this is in context with the father. So the idea that they would say that in the presence of the dad is
Oh,
like, wait,
that's
so
a
the
good
dad
point.
is okay with this?
Right,
Like,
did the dad sell you off to them or something like that?
right. And he could see that as actuactually making sense because they're in such a low financial status
Which
that
then
it's
is also a great point for then Benno's servant to come in and be like, hey, I know it is not my place as a servant, but may I speak? I might be able to clear this up.
Right.
And then he's like,
Mark specifically. Just being
exactly.
awesome
Just being
again.
fantastic. Also, I love that, there was that kind of Kakyoin bit later where it's the, I see. you know?
Yes. That was great. But yeah, Benno versus the head priest.
Yeah, that was fun.
I like that Benno's thing is that he is the older one of the two of them, which one that makes sense because he's been pretty dedicated to being a merchant for a while to the point where he's kind of in that forever single kind of
Exactly.
setup here. But
Yep.
specifically, when he comes into this environment here, they go to the main entrance. He comes in with his full best, I'm meeting nobles kind of outfit.
Exactly.
Almost so that he can fit in with the nobles, even though he's clearly not one. But very much keeps what I would call a lid on giving away too much information about what Mine is doing specifically.
Right.
But talks her up enough that he can...
Exactly.
Kind of give Mine a better setup here, which gives him points as well with Mine.
Right.
Remember, he's a merchant trying to make money through her, and while he does care about her because, he's never been a dad. He's never had one of those situations here, and now he gets to kind of semi-be one, but more like Uncle Benno than anything else.
But it's still, he is still a merchant, right? And he can use that as a nice deflection of the, I'm but a humble merchant.
Yeah, I don't know anything about Mana, even though I did tell her a lot about the devouring and everything.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, at the same time, almost, like saying to Mine, they'd have to pay to get this information out of me. You know? I'd give it to them, but they'd have to pay for it.
Right.
And I'd make them pay top dollar, right?
Right. But this also is a fun little reminder that Mine is basically not just a gold mine in terms of mana. But, yes, exactly. But in terms of actual money. Because when it comes to donations, there's going to be a regularity to it.
Yep.
And it's going to be scaling. So the better Mine does business-wise with the, her studio and everything, the church then benefits from this. Which means now, to the head priest, there is a positive association with them setting up Mine for success on the business side of things, because if she's effectively a noble, they don't want to mess with the estate that she comes from,
basically,
so that their income they get from her is not tarnished.
Right.
Which is fun, because clearly the church is hurting for finances and mana, because when they brought the magic item out, and I was like, oh shoot, it's that shield, that's so cool, that's the thing that they used when they were talking about fall and everything, and it's like, yellow, the bounty and all that.
Right.
And I'm thinking, like, this thing has probably got, like, so much magic in it, and then, goes into the yellow thing, I'm like, the rune, the circle comes up,
all the little things, and they light up.
Well, that was the thing. Once the little things lit up, I was like, wait, they're supposed to light up? So that thing doesn't have anything
They don't have shit in it. Now, it is possible that they just take this relic, and then they go there and they take it to the Grail, and they're like, all right, now dump the rest in here for the next Holy Grail War.
Sure.
But,
Puns, jokes, y'all. But yes, that is very possible. But I would say it doesn't make sense to have a single point of, mana collection.
Well, and especially given how we have a metric for about how long it takes for the devouring to do its thing.
Yes.
We could get to the point where over the course of, say, the season, it's okay, cool. I filled up 7 small gems on the shield, right? And we get to watch it. Brup, 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 brup,
yeah.
After,
another 6 months or what have you, the shield's full.
Can you imagine, and then maybe they have some, if they do have some place where the stuff gets deposited or transferred into some bigger reservoir, it's all right, cool. After 2 years of it getting filled up, we now have an armed escort to transfer this thing to where it needs to go to, to do the next magic ritual or something like that.
Well, I will say, the Knight's Convocation in the fall is very interesting. That felt to me like that moment in a Persona game where they're like, hey, that big main story event is coming on October 27th, you know? And it's like,
okay, well, wait.
Why are you telling me this exact time and date for this?
The school trip shouldn't be that important for the plot, right?
Right.
Yeah.
And so convocation being the word that's used, to me, has the feeling that there's going to be some very specific blessings given to these knights. And I am excited about that.
What convocation means, because
convocation has to do with a grouping of individuals.
Right, I believe it's a gathering, but I also the writer in me loves the word convocation. As far as words that you can have fantasy stories use for hey, this shit's gonna sound really cool, while also being something that makes sense.
It means a very simple.
It means a very simple thing, but it actually does mean something.
Yeah, one of my favorite fantasies uses the convocation as a word in a title for something in a way that I very much like. But But yes.
Yeah, a large formal assembly of people.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's,
So what it is probably just all the knights in the region are coming to basically re-up their blessings at the church or something.
Right.
Or whatever. But yes, it's probably something where mine is going to be very useful for that because of the mana that she's providing. Now, I need to see the exact context for what the actual...
When it was brought up.
What the actual stuff
It was specifically brought up with regards to her being properly taught social etiquette and things like that.
Ah, right.
And so that makes sense. You have a formal event, right? You have somebody who is, being presented as nobility, right? Even though she's, a kid, by this time she would have gotten a whole bunch of lessons on etiquette and things like that. And so the fact that she's essentially starting from ground zero isn't great. So she's going to need a bit of a crash course from Fran about that.
Right. So yeah, you're right. It was the social etiquette side of things.
But I wouldn't be surprised if,
the Knight Orders convocation. So actually just the order of knights in this kingdom. So it's every knight, basically.
Right, and as far as if you were to have a reason for there to be a convocation that the church is very much involved in, I would not be surprised if, in the same way that they blessed Benno, it's and now we bless all of you, right?
Right, and these could be new recruits being brought in.
Sure.
This could be a little reminder. There was a big political upheaval thing that happened recently. Knights generally in medieval stories
are nobility
in the same way they would be in our world. So there's also a very real connection potentially with the idea of nobles being slaughtered. So there's
let's bless this new established order,
right?
So that wild shit that you pulled doesn't happen again,
right? Or the winners, basically, of the purge are the ones that now are all becoming knights. There's some
getting
stuff.
the blessing of God or whatever.
Yeah.
Of the gods.
Yeah, there's some things that could be at play here that is rather fun. But again, we're looking at the world through the lenses of a small child, so we don't get to know all those big, larger details, big picture details until later.
But maybe for now, let's see about getting Gil fed. Because
so
bro needs food.
I really do think that it's something where we're not meant to read too much into it as to why Fran isn't standing up for Gil, but it is very much something that at least tracks in my mind of, this is how she's punishing him.
Right, I kind of told her that she should discipline them because, they're absolutely acting out of turn and all that.
Right, but I guess the part that's weird to me is that he's the only one complaining about that when none of them got the blessing to eat. So is it something where because technically Fran and Adelia or what have you are associated with other priests, that they actually are already getting that stuff taken care of?
That might be it, because because if it's so Delia, she goes to the high priest and is like, hey, here's the info, by the way, I didn't get any food. And it's like, oh, okay.
Well, he did hand her the fruit thing.
Oh, that's a good point. Yeah.
And that could have been literally all she ate for that day.
Right.
There's a very real possibility that when they say eat, it might also just be, boom, there's your mana. You're fed.
Right, exactly.
You don't subsist on actual food
You subsist
anymore.
on the
energy
the glory of the Lord.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
And meanwhile, you're literally shriveling up and...
Right, and then in Fran's case, maybe it's the whole thing of, I'm going to actually have to tell, the head priest that she's like, nah, I don't see you guys as,
retainers.
My retainers.
And he's
like, okay, that's a problem.
We can't have that.
So, hey, by the way, she said that she didn't consider us retainers. Wait, really? Wait, hang on. Have you eaten today? No, sir. Let's fix that, right? Whereas Gil is just he goes back to, the people that he used to eat with, and they're like, no, fuck off. You got a master now. You got the golden ticket. They don't need to feed you anything,
Well, I loved the idea as well that if there's other problem kids and stuff, maybe there are some that are gray robes but are not retainers for anybody. They're basically just getting ordered around and do grunt work.
Yep.
And so he's probably the worst of them, meaning that he's the most unruly.
Right.
And so the idea of him getting a retainership also feels bad in the
sure.
same way
Yeah.
to them. So he might even be projecting his own discrimination that he's feeling from the other Grey Robes onto mine because they're treating him badly now because
Sure.
he became a retainer even though he doesn't deserve it.
To say nothing of
in
just
the merit sense.
Right, to say nothing of just the general, like, oh, hey, patterns, you know, right? Like, you know, maybe he'll be able to understand her situation a bit better also because,
Sure.
right, sometimes shit just happens and, you know, then people start treating you all weird because something good, you know, you got a good turn, right?
Right.
But,
Yeah, and then as far as she got time to read.
I love that it just, oh, what?
Time blinked and it was
It's time
over.
for lunch, you know.
That is such a fun and clever, directing decision because there's probably in the manga or what have you some time passed or what have you.
Sure.
But it's probably with like a page turn where it's like,
Right.
oh, suddenly it's this time. But,
Yeah, it's a different panel or something.
Well,
yeah.
right, but you decide the pace at which you read a
right,
manga.
yes.
Whereas in an anime, you have to choose specifically how much time is passing before you go blink. So you have to show that there was some time of her reading
Right.
and knowing that it was like, oh, we might just have her sit here and think to herself about, ooh, this is good information. This is learning. And we could get exposited to. It's no, we're just going to cut. And then it's
Right.
hey, mine. Hey, mine.
Yeah.
You know?
I love though that she is because it's a book, right? She is actually a very dedicated student of the Holy Scriptures, right?
Oh, indeed.
Because it's reading, you know, it's a story. It's still something.
It's a
you know?
living book. It actually like opened up for her.
Yeah, it's like wow.
Maybe some of them are also enchanted where if someone with magic is reading this book, it like awakens a little bit and like
sure.
you know makes the pages like easier to turn or they turn for you or something or
Yeah.
it just opens up
Oh, also something.
or like it remembers your spot or something where
Right,
it's
right.
like, oh, the last person to open this was here. And it just
Please
opens
don't
to
do the
itself.
dog ear. Please don't do the dog ear. I'll remember
Yes,
it for
yes.
you. I'm a dog ear person and I don't understand why people are like, oh, you monster.
You monster!
That's how you show that a book is
No!
well loved. And then there's a little
No!
story behind every.
No!
Yeah.
No! Dog ear? No. That's laziness.
If you compare dog
How many
ears,
books do you read at a time on a weekly basis?
Not a lot.
How many? 1? 0?
Yeah, like one.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Remember your goddamn page.
No, I'm not gonna do that.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'll use like a bookmark, right?
Yeah,
But
or use a bookmark.
Sometimes I'll use a bookmark, but all things, you know,
Absolutely
right?
savage.
Yeah.
Sound off in the comments, even though we might not check them out for
There
forever.
are there are people that mark up the
Are you
actual
a dog ear
pages
person? Are
with,
you
like,
a bookmark person? Are you a just remember your fucking
If
page?
you highlight or circle things or do any kind of marking up of the pages and you decry dog earing, you are a goddamn
I don't do
hypocrite.
either.
No,
I
I
don't
know
do
there
either.
are people that do, and I'm saying that. Okay, you don't have a leg to stand on, but I will
Bruh,
say
it's a book. It's a relic. It's a beautiful
no,
thing.
no.
Why would you desecrate it in any way?
it's not desecration, right? It adds to the story, right? It's like when you have like the
You must not reread your books. Like you read them once and then you're done.
Usually, but even if I do, like, it's not a problem. Like, if you have an earmark, right? It's not like if you have a thing that was an earmark, it becomes a problem, right? Like, also, but the thing I was going to bring up is that I loved so much the joke that people come up to disturb the introvert that is in another world, right?
Yes.
You know, just in the book.
Oi, oi,
you know?
oi, oi.
Yeah, hey. And, like, you know, when the, what you reading doesn't work, you know, right?
Yep.
Like, just
Real.
I'm not talking to you. I'm going to answer your
ignored
question.
you for the first 2 hays.
Right.
Take a fucking hint. And
Right.
Go away.
To be able to just be like, magic voice, Lee. and, like,
I love the magic, the voice, kind of Dune style where it's the like, give it to me, and it's just like,
Where are the other drugs?
okay, I'll pass you the salt. Here you go.
right. Like, it just, I know that look. I have gotten that look. I have given that look.
Yes.
And it feels like there's all the rage of magic behind it, you know?
Like I was immersed in another world. How dare you rip me out of my
Exactly.
dream state here?
Right. Like,
Have
what
you
are you
no
doing?
respect? Have
Yeah.
you no boundaries? Have you
Exactly.
no conscientiousness?
Right.
Are you even human?
Yeah. Like that, I feel like is more disrespectful to the book than dog ears.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now you're just stretching. You're reaching hard. I totally get the disrespect to the person, and it is an affront. I absolutely.
It's also a disrespect to the book.
The book doesn't have feelings. The idea that
Then why would it care about dog ears?
No, it's because it's your book. It's because you are going to use it again.
Okay, if someone else did dog ears on my book without checking to see if it was okay,
What's
sure.
the difference? It's damaging the book. Like,
no, but I'm okay with doing dog ears on my book,
Do you
right?
use hardbacks and paperbacks? Like you read some hardbacks.
Yeah,
okay, cool. Hardbacks are not as common, but like when you hold the book,
right angle. To make sure that it doesn't break the spine.
It's the exact same thing.
No.
It's just not as hard of a degree.
No, because with...
No, I'm with you, but you would never break the spine and pull it full.
Well, right, because that changes the functional, ability, cohesiveness of the book.
But to a larger degree, but to a lesser degree, dog ears does the same thing.
Now, the thing is...
It's like, I don't lick my finger to grab the page and turn it. No, people do that. People do that.
Okay.
And y'all are gross, and also that damages the book.
I wouldn't entirely have a problem with that because, if I like the book that much, I might just want to lick the pages. But, like...
No. Let's be real. What we all do is we huff the pages.
Oh, yeah.
Come on.
Oh, yeah. No, that's the reason why people don't want to do digital, right?
Can I get an amen?
They want to be like, yes, sniff that glue, right? Like,
oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That spine glue.
Yeah.
Give me my Titan injection directly from that spinal fluid,
Point is, books are awesome, and I love the bits of appreciation, and the little details and
that
stuff.
The series has for books.
Series throws in there,
and
for the book
appreciation
lovers.
For books.
Exactly. Yeah.
But you don't see mine doing dog ears.
She just got a book, and this is a medieval society where they're, precious relics, not things that you can get for $9.99. Right?
For $1, but
and also they're not her books, right? You don't dog ear someone else's book. Let me be clear, right? Like, you don't do that.
If it doesn't do any damage, I don't see what the difference is, Jacob.
No, because it's something that's yours, right? It's it's that slight bit of damage, but it's adding character.
So now it is damage. Okay.
No, yes, of course, in the literal sense it is, but as far as, it being reprehensible behavior,
Okay.
No.
All right, that's
don't dog ear other people's books.
Yeah. Having that was just a fun thing to be seen for those that have to deal with this, and the fact that yes, it's coming from her retainers who are doing their job and going to her there. I did feel bad for the these are children, and remember, you're kind of not a child in the mind sense. So when they went to you, they were just genuinely like, hey, it's time to eat. Like, we want to make sure you get fed, and also we're hungry too.
Right.
And being starve, she didn't
say that, right?
But in a lot of ways, it's I don't care about you.
Right.
So the fact that Fran had that oh fuck and grabbed them,
yeah,
I felt bad for the kids in that moment there because it's I'm about to die. I've been treating her poorly, but remember, everyone can see the eyes. Everyone can see the aura. They know probably what that means.
I don't think they did. I think that's the reason why Fran got them out, because they kind of looked like, huh? Like, confused,
no.
This is weird.
Everyone sees the eyes and the aura.
No, everyone sees it, but they don't necessarily know what it means. Right? That it's the crushing is about to begin.
Well, no, not the crushing, but they know it's magic.
Sure, yeah.
She literally spoke in the double voice, in other.
Right. No, absolutely.
They know she was about to use magic on them.
Well, they probably know that's why she got the nobility robes.
Well, that's my point. Then is that it's not then about the nuance of whether it means literally the crushing. It's oh shit, she's about to use magic on me. I have nothing I can do other than just I'm about to get hit with, and Fran saves them and is get out. I know, Fran clearly knows. Yeah, because he's, connected with the
head priest. Yeah, exactly.
Thus, he's been given a briefing on how to handle her because he knows she's a loose cannon and stuff.
Right.
So even if they didn't know literally about the crushing, in that moment, they might have thought, oh, I'm dead. And then they just get grabbed.
I feel like I'm in danger.
Yeah, for some reason, my animal instincts are kicking in.
Yeah.
Is that what fear? Oh, no.
Although, let's be real, they're kids. kids' animal instincts don't always my God. They kick in when they're sometimes not supposed to, and sometimes they don't kick in when they're supposed to.
Sure, what have you. But yeah, I somewhat feel for Gil now. And I somewhat feel for Delia now. Like I can see now hey, we need to win them over. They're kids. They're in shitty situations.
Just the situation that Delia is in, and the fact that she's like, well, obviously I'm excited about this, right? Like,
oh no.
Oh fuck. Okay.
Yeah. But all right, y'all. Thank you so much for watching this episode's reaction and discussion. If you want to see the next episode's reaction and discussion right now, though, go check out the link in the description below for our Patreon. You get on early access there. You can watch full-length timer reactions there, and all this comes with Discord access, so you can chat with us in the community there about this show, about anime in general, and also be sure to check out our Twitch channel. So if anything that interests you, we'll see you there. But until then, we're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we'll see you all next time.